is the best time of the year. Christmas season, the holiday season. So, if this is your first time joining us, welcome to Mama Naija's Kitchen, and we thank you for tuning in today. And for those of you, my very, very ardent followers, thank you for your support. Thank you for always cheering us on at Mama Naija's Kitchen, your comments, your recipes that you are sending down to us. We appreciate each and every one of it. So, during this season, we are going to be focusing a lot on Christmas special. How many of you out there remember those special evenings, those special days when you hang out with your mom, your aunties in the kitchen on Christmas Eve or Christmas weekend? For my very self, I remember very well as a child growing up, hanging out with my mom the week of Christmas. It is always memorable. Why? What makes it different? Is the ability to create those specialities in the kitchen with my mom that I know very well only comes once in a year. My mom loved to bake, and she does various Christmas specialties such as chin chin, egg roll, scotch egg, buns, cake, just name it. The memory that I took away from those experiences, I have shared with my family, with my children. So I am encouraging mothers, aunties, sisters out there, these are priceless memories that your children will always remember. Looking forward, it doesn't matter where they are, that will always bring them home to taste Mama cook meal, Mama Christmas specialty. Regardless of how old you are, you always think about it. Tonight, we are kicking it off with Puff Puff with a Christmas twist. What is that? You shall see. So please have a seat, tighten your belts. Mama Naija's Kitchen is here. I have laid out various ingredients that we are going to combine in our spectacular recipe. A pure vanilla extract. In addition to that, we will also add nutmeg, which is one of the Christmas spice. So that is going to be flavoring our puff puff. Are you ready for this? Dun 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 dun! Colorful! The red, the green, and the white colors of Christmas. So we're going to have these also into the batter of the puff puff, so that when you open it up or you bite into it, it creates that volcanic experience. So I am excited. Please grab your seat. Stay tuned. We're going to start with our dry ingredient first. So the recipe is going to be listed down below so that you are able to replicate this and share this experience with your loved ones at home. So we do have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So we're going to pour that first into our bowl. Followed by 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar. And we have a pinch of salt. So one thing that I've always learned is that salt, you don't need a lot of salt when you are baking, ladies. It tends to overpower everything else. So you just need a little pinch of it. If you can see how much that is, okay, it's barely there. because you don't want it to overpower everything else. Okay, and then we have the nutmeg. I need the ground nutmeg. So we're going to have 1 teaspoon of nutmeg added onto it. So I'm just going to open this up. This is pure ground nutmeg. You can smell the flavor, the fragrance, the aroma as it exudes from it. Okay, you have that in. We have our salt in, and of course next is the dry yeast. So for the dry yeast, we're gonna use 2 1/4 teaspoon of dry yeast. So this is instant yeast, so you don't need to dissolve it in water first. You can go right into your dry mix. I cut this open. I don't want the excess to go in there, so I'm just gonna measure it out of okay, so that's 1 teaspoon. Okay, when you do your measurement, you want to level it up so you are not getting more than needed. So that's 2, and we just need 1/4. All right, it seems 1 packet is not adequate, so I'm going to open up another packet to give me the 1/4 teaspoon. All right, so at this point we do have all of our dry ingredients, so I'm just gonna mix that up. Now that we have our dry ingredients thoroughly mixed together, next is to get our liquid ingredients. We're going to do 1 egg and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and I have 1 cup of warm water. Okay, so if you can see that measurement right there, that is 1 cup. Okay, say 1 cup right on the opposite end. Another part of the dry ingredients that we need to add on, of course, is your Christmas colorful sprinkles. You know, if you want to do something, hey, you want to go the whole yard, let him have a very strong effect. A little more. Okay, I'm just gonna go for 4 teaspoons. Okay, so you can decide how far you want to go. You know, if you want a lighter effect, then you can do 1 or 2 teaspoons. If you definitely want a stronger effect, you know, you can make it 4 teaspoons. Okay, so this excess here, I'm just gonna put that in. And now we're going to do our wet ingredients, the liquid ingredients. So we begin with pure vanilla extract, a teaspoon of that goes in. 1 egg. The egg is optional, you know, this is just to make it a little bit fluffier. And lastly, we have our 1 cup of warm water. I decided to go the traditional way, and if you remember using your hand in the kitchen to knead through that dough, it feels so good. It's actually therapeutic. So that is exactly what I'm doing right now, getting my therapy section. Hey, I don't need to pay any money for it. Alrighty, so now our dough is ready. So we're going to cover it up with the cling wrap and let it sit in a warm location at room temperature, of course, for an hour, 30 minutes. So which is altogether 90 minutes. So I'm going to wash my hands, and you can see it's already very colorful. It has a pinkish color base with the green, red, and white sprinkles mixed in. At this time, at Mama Naija's kitchen, our holiday spice Puff Puff, you know, has been sitting for an hour and a half, 90 minutes. So let's see what we have. So we're going to release this. Oh, it has, I would say, doubled in size. So remember, our flour measurement was 3 cups. So with 3 cups, you have this amount of dough. So next, we're going to do the frying. That is the next step. So to fry the Puff Puff, we do have a pan of oil on the stove. I'm using pure vegetable oil. There is a trick to cutting a perfectly rounded size Puff Puff, okay? It is a practice, and as you know what they say, practice makes perfect. So you want to have water. You dip your hand into water so your hand is wet. Of course, you want to use clean hands. And okay, so you want to cut like that. So it's a formation. You want to form it until you have a rounded edge. So I'm going to transfer this over to the island. So for easy transfer, okay, my oil is just right, just enough heat. So I'm going to continue the process. As much as possible, you want to keep it evenly sized. But if you have some that are larger or smaller than the other, not a big deal. You don't want the oil to be too hot, because what happens if you have an oil that is extremely hot, as soon as you are putting the Puff Puff into the oil, it's immediately turning brown, and it was going to be raw inside. It will not be fully cooked. It's really looking good. It's colorful. You have your streaks of red, green. The white practically dissolved into it. So next time when I make this, I am going to add the sprinkle towards the end. make sure that nothing is sticking to the bottom, that everything is rising off from the bottom to the top. I am so tempted to even start eating it right now. It is quite attractive. You know, the various colors that you have going on here. So I can't wait to taste it. I have the puff puff, the holiday spice puff puff out of the hot oil. So while it is still warm, we're going to do our final touches to it. Confectioner's powdered sugar, okay? So this is gonna be our finishing touches to this beautiful, beautiful holiday spiced puff puff. This is quite easy. This is something you can invite your children. Get your children into the kitchen. Let them have their hands all dusted with the powdered sugar. You know, just dust it on it. Isn't that beautiful? As you can see, I am not measuring what I'm doing right now because it is to your taste as well as to your like. For me, I would like to roll it all up in confectioner sugar. Okay, that will be me. Some other people might just want a little trace of the confectioner sugar. Ooh. Isn't that colorful? I'm going to take a bite at it. It is crispy outside, soft inside. You taste the nutmeg, the vanilla extract. It is indeed yummy. What a great way to kick off the holiday cooking. Again, as I said, continue to join us as we continue to release more production of Christmas special. This is our holiday spiced puff puff. I am really excited about it and I'm happy. Please create this again with your families, with your loved one, share with your neighbor, and kick off the holiday in a fantastic way. Wait, holiday spiced puff puffed. Enjoy. Obulu, Akinbefo. Bye. Stay tuned for our next episode. When it is time to gather around the fireplace on that Christmas Eve, time to gather around the fire pit on that Christmas Eve. Forget about the marshmallow. You know what you want to pull out? Mama